Hey everybody, I'm just gonna make a quick video going over today's action because I think it has some real merit to studying and just some good talking points. So yeah, let's get right into it. Let's not waste any time. So first of all, you open up your H4 first thing in the morning to look at the market and get a general review over it. And so you can see, pulled back, we moved up, pulled back, moved up. It's around this candle here where the market opens, and so you can see price is kind of just consolidating, not really pulling back, not moving higher. So we're in this consolidation zone. Okay, good to know. And then you move over to your 15-minute to get a little bit of a deeper look inside to see what's actually happening. And here we go. So something that I noticed this morning was we had put in this top, pulled down, put in a lower high, lower low, lower high, and then we started to get into this, this little range. And so that's a very important thing to notice, because ranges are traded differently than trend days, and I'll show you exactly why. So now that we know where we're at on the H4 and we know where we're at on the 15-minute, we move over to our main time frame, or intraday, which is the 1 minute, 2 minute. Some people trade the 5. I'm on the 1 minute here, and so I'm going to bring back my levels. I have them right there. And so see, with the levels you kind of see a little clearer about that range I was talking about. So something to note with ranges is you never want to be trading the middle. You want to be trading the edges of the range, because those are the best points to catch your trade, because you're either going to get stopped out and it's going to continue trending, in which you just start trading as a trend day, or you either catch the edge and trade it back to the other side of the range. And it's pretty simple, if this then that type deal. And so with that in mind, when the market opens, we open here at 6:30. We're pretty well at the bottom of the range, which is nice. Now I'm trading using the strat as my entry system, and you can see here you got this up candle, and then you get a pullback and you go. It's not really, that's a continuation, not really an actionable signal, one that you can take as a trade. And I follow that pretty closely to the T. So I consider this chase. Some people might not. That's fine. I didn't take this trade. And then so it pushes up, gets to the top of the range, and you can see here, this is not the prettiest trade, but you absolutely could have grabbed it at this point with the small minor trend line break. You get these get huge seller's wicks, pushes up to the top of the range, and then breaks below. So you had to deal with a little bit of chop. Ultimately, it came back down, tested nearly the bottom of the range. So that was the first opportunity. What did I do? Let's get that out of there. And then another rule of mine is never trade into the last 10 minutes of an hourly or 4-hour close. So I don't trade any of this, just because there's usually a lot of messing around that happens. I've tend to noticed, and it saved me from a lot of losses. And so it's another rule I stay very true to. Never mess that up. I never break that rule. So anyway, going back, looking at the 15-minute chart, you can see exactly where this range is at, where the tops and the bottoms are at. And so again, here at 7 o'clock, now that we have the first 30 minutes done, you can also mark up your 30-minute opening range. So I'll delete that just so I can show you. I have it saved as a preset. So you go 6:30, which is the 9:30 market open, and you go to the high of that range. So it would have been right there, and mine will automatically mark the highs, the midpoint, and the level. So this is your halfback level. These are lows and highs, of course. And so here at 7:02, we get another very clean and simple trading opportunity where you get a couple big sell-off candles, tries breaking the range, of course gets sucked back up, puts in this nice hammer type candle, which is also a strat entry signal. So you grab it on the break here, and what do? You trade it to either the halfback level, which is perfectly fine, that's a good first target, and then you can keep riding it. You would have gotten 6 points, almost 7 points out of that, nearly the top of the range. And another thing that you could have been paying attention to is if you mark this high here to this trend here, what do you notice? This trend that's being retested. And so you get another beautiful opportunity. You can either trade from that trend break or this trend break here, doesn't matter, but you get this nice engulfing candle after testing this upper trend line. So you grab it, trade it here, get it back to the bottom of the range ish. Once you start noticing candles like this, these are not in your favor. You don't want to really be holding over that. So once you get this first shooter candle, or hammer candle, excuse me, and it tries going breaking and it doesn't, you just cut your positions. It's totally acceptable. And once again, you get this confluence here, and these are all just trades I wanted to go over, opportunities I want to explain and kind of go a little bit more in depth in case that wasn't clear for the purposes of the video. Just going over action, for the day, because I think there's a lot of really good things to learn from. And so right here is a fantastic trade, because not only do you have all of your criteria for a setup, you've got, this is for my setup, it's one, a trend line break, it's a actionable signal, and it's based off a level or multiple levels that create a confluence. So in this case, we had my halfback level from 30-minute opening range, we had the VWAP, and we had just below the upper trend line, which also helps because that shows that it's so weak it can't even test this upper trend line. So just a lot of very good signals here. And so when you get this opportunity, you grab it. This is another engulfing candle, broke above, came right back down, broke the halfway point of this little candle here, this little green candle. So you take that as a 1 bar reversal on the strat, according to strat, but I would have taken it on the break of this trend just because that's my criteria. So you grab it somewhere around there, trade it back to the bottom of the range, perfect, ends up going lower, which is fantastic. I took another trade here. Once it broke that range, closed below it, and tested it again, put in this inside shooter candle. That gave me a lot of confidence to grab it. So took it there. It came back, tested one more time, and then fell another leg down. That was a nice trade. And this is something very key to point out. So knowing that we were in this range all morning long, even pre-market, price finally breaks down low, and you'd expect it to continue lower, and instead you get a lower high, which tells me, knowing what this range means, it's essentially balance. It's a price that's been accepted, price area that's been accepted, and it's in balance. So once we fall out of that balance, we go into imbalance. Naturally, if price isn't being accepted down here, it's gonna magnet back towards where it's comfortable, where it's in balance. So when I see something like this after a breakout of a range, I'm all over it. So grab it, trade it back into the range, and then you start noticing that price is not able to break any lower, and it again, grab it at the bottom of this range, take it back up, and based off what we saw here, this probably cleared out all the sellers that were here, created liquidity for everybody to buy into, and now that they have all of this product, they're gonna have to offload it. So everybody that just bought up here is selling here at VWAP, volume weighted average price, coming back down, either picking up some more or just selling off, pushing it up higher, pushing it up higher, selling off some more, and now we've gone into a trend. Now we're just moving on up, trying to find another price of another area of balance. And this happened for a good chunk of the day till we got this nice sell-off. So I'm not going to go all the way through the entire day, but I think just knowing how this first part of the day really played out is extremely important. There's just a lot of good concepts in there to study. This is a very good day overall. Super nice, clean, just a great day to really understand why it's doing what it's doing. So I think I'm just gonna leave it there. Let me know if you have any questions or anything. Of course, I'm not an expert on this stuff. This is just my observations, but I think it's very interesting. I think it's all very very, very great things to study. If you really want to be a professional trader, you have to know why this stuff's happening. So I'm gonna leave it there, and yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Later.